Welcome to Emerald Editing. In today's video, we are going to be making a thumbnail in Photoshop for beginners. So 3, 2, 1, let's edit. Okay, so before we start, I know I look a little young, but trust me, by the end of this video, almost anyone could go from beginner to pro in Photoshop. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. So jumping into Photoshop, this is how it first looks when you log in. Right here you can see some of the recent works that you did. So to just get right into it, how to make a new project, you just have to go to the top left and click new file. From there you will want to create how your project will look. So for YouTube, the size has to be 1280 width and 720 height. If it is not that exact size, then it will fit, and you will have to get all of the images from the thumbnail and convert into a smaller size. But we're not going to get into all of that in this video. So just put it 1280 by 720. You can name it anything. You can just name it YT thumbnail. Leave everything how it is, and if you want, you can put it transparent or put a color. We'll leave it transparent for now. So now we'll bring you to your workspace. Do you see all these pixely kind of checkboard pattern in the back? That means it's PNG, pretty much transparent. So if you put it in front of another picture, there will be no background on it. So the new Pokemon games Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are releasing soon, and I want to make like a gaming thumbnail for them. So what I like to do is go into a web browser like Safari or Chrome. So I downloaded these two images. I'll put a link in the description in case you want to follow along with these exact images. So you can see this one of the Brilliant Diamond on the left right here. I'm resizing it and there's no background. But you can see this Shining Pearl game on the right. It has a white background. To remove that, you could use one of Photoshop's new features. Go to the Object Selection tool, and then you could just drag over to what you want to select. And since it has a white background, it will easily select your subject to get a very clean result. Let's just go to Output 2, and then it's pretty much where to output it, and then go to New Layer. So now, as you guys can see, it has no background, which is pretty cool. Also, Command T and Control T is to resize it. That's one of the most important shortcuts for Photoshop or photo editing altogether. And then now we can start designing. So let's create a background. First, click on the bottom. It might be a little cut off on the screen, but it says Create New Fill or Adjustment Layer. And then you can do a solid color or gradient. I'm going to try to do a gradient. Or if you don't want to do it that way, you could just go to the gradient tool. So we could do radial gradient. That pretty much means just like a circle in the middle. And then linear means like line gradient. So let's just go right here to the plus on the bottom right. Create a new layer and drag it to the bottom. So Photoshop works in layers. You'll have whatever you want to be in the front on all the top of the layers, and whatever you want the background to be, that will be on the bottom. So now that we have the layer, you can see this mouse cursor in the middle, and just go from the middle and drag it to the top right. So you can see we have a very nice background now. You could copy the colors by clicking on the little color palette on the bottom left. Just click on it and hover over whatever color you want to choose. So we're going to be doing Brilliant Diamond, so we're going to be having like a nice blue color. And then now you could just change the size of the brush by going to the top. And then you could just put the size up, let's just say to 500. And then you can put the layer on the bottom of the Brilliant Diamond video game case. And then just go like this and add a really cool little blue background. Create another layer for this one, so they could be separate and we can move them each differently. For this one, we want like a pink color. Let's just go like this and change it up. This already looks really nice. So if you're ever getting a little confused when managing all the layers, you could go ahead and double click the text and rename it, and then you could just name all of them. So you could just name it pink and just like that. So next we're going to be adding some text. To do that, click on the T right here for horizontal text tool, and you can just start writing out your text. So I'm going to be putting, and then you can go ahead and change the font. A font is pretty much like how a text looks. Select all of it, and then you could go through all your fonts. If you want something like this one, this is the Luckiest Guy font. And you can go to thefont.com. I'll put a link in the description there so you can find free fonts to use in your project. Remember to keep holding shift when you're resizing. Command C to copy and Command V to paste Pokemon game. And to move it behind the case, you just have to drag it and put it underneath. And remember, whatever text or image you want in the front goes on the top of the layers, and whatever you want in the back goes on the bottom of the layers. Now let's just get into a little bit of extra effects that we can add to it. When you double click a layer, it brings a bunch of different effects that you could apply. So let's go to the Brilliant Diamond case. Double click it, but not the text because it'll rename it. Double click like the side of it, and then you'll see layer style. So what this pretty much does is it pretty much brings a lot of effects. If you guys ever used something like GIMP before, you have to do all the effects manually, but here on Photoshop you can do them all automatically just using these effects. I'm going to be adding a little bit of a drop shadow. We're going to be just adding an outer glow like this. And now we're going to be doing it on the Shining Pearl one. So you can always just add a bunch of little things, but just remember, tip for the thumbnails, try not to add too many things or too much text because it might get a little too complicated. Just keep in mind that a lot of people are going to be looking through their phone and they're only going to see a tiny picture of it, so they're not going to be able to see all the text and all the pictures that you have in there. Try to keep it simple, but try to make it catch viewers' attention so they can click on it. And one more tip, just keep in mind that there will be a little timer on the bottom right of your video that shows how long it is. So try not to add anything important right there because it might get blocked. Just so this video doesn't get too long, we're going to be adding one more thing to the thumbnail to wrap this up. But before we do that, if you find this video helpful, if you can take 5 seconds to hit the like button and subscribe for more future videos like this, that would be awesome and it will really help me to grow this channel. So the last thing we want to do is just add an outline to anything that you want here. So double click it again for the options for the styles and then go to stroke. That pretty much just added an outline really easily, just with a little box that I had to check. And then from right here you can click color and change it to whatever color you want. And right here on the size you can change how thick or how thin you want the stroke to be. And let's just say you wanted to make it a different color. So now you should be able to change it. So you can keep it red. This looks like a nice Pokemon style. So that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for today's video. So obviously there's way more that we could do with this thumbnail. But today I just wanted to keep it simple to show you the basics of Photoshop. And if you need any help, make sure to drop it in the comments and I'll be more than happy to help you create your first thumbnail. So don't forget to subscribe. On this channel we'll be focusing on editing on apps such as After Effects, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, Final Cut Pro, and more. I can't wait to see what you guys create, and I'll see you guys on the next video.